Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Product Hunt Reviews. Or actually, I don't know if we have an official name, do we? Product Hunt
Roundups, maybe.
Roundups. All right, Product Hunt Roundup. Um, so in these sort of episodes, we just look at the latest Product Hunt products for the week and just sort of go over the ones that catch our interest and look somewhat good from a sort of a startup, tech dev point of view. So first off, we've got it's called Cohere, and oh, slow. There we go. So this one's so kind of like intercom. Do you know intercom?
Yeah, Intercom. Yeah, it's actually a pretty useful tool. We've used it a couple of times um,
Mm,
on a couple of the startups that we've been associated with. Um, but yeah,
yeah.
go ahead and tell
So
us
it's like
about Cohere.
intercom, but you can actually like video chat with them and also take over their screen. So it's
Mm,
sort of takes it one step further than Intercom. I mean,
mm,
Intercom may introduce this at some period in some form at some point because I know they have a lot of funding. But for
yeah,
now, this looks Cohere looks pretty cool. Um,
pretty slick.
yeah, useful for when you're creating, a SaaS product or something, and you've got some customers, and yeah, they don't know what they're doing. So yeah,
Yeah, so
find
it's
it
sort of like a
useful.
user feedback tool as well as CRM, like you're providing support also.
Seems to be like it says, yeah, find your user, see who's online, and find your user in seconds. View their screen, and then invite them to a call, solve their issue. So you sort of request control and
Mm,
take over.
yeah, yeah.
So it's
I
good.
think
I mean,
that request control's pretty cool, and video chat too. Like that's sort of that next level of sort of personalized touch in terms of engaging with your customers or your clients.
and I think hopefully more and more SaaS products take this up because there are times I know when I've been stuck and I just wish I could have had someone help me. So
Mm. What's the pricing on that, Matty? Is there a free trial at all? Or?
yes, that's what I was going to show. There is a free trial. My computer's going really slow. Um, so it's free for up to 8 sessions or call 8 users a week. I don't know where they get 8 from,
Okay.
not 10.
Yeah, interesting. 8. Yeah, right.
And then it goes up.
So if you have a product that's going pretty well, then you should be okay. Because I'm assuming that 8 issues per week is quite a high number.
Yeah, and I don't know why it's 49 for the starter, then growth is 39. I don't know if that's meant to be. Seems like the order's the wrong way. Oh, three seats
Right.
minimum.
Yeah. 3 seat minimum. Yeah.
Ah,
So maybe that's the difference there. Oh yeah, looks good anyway. Yeah, something we can definitely test out.
yeah. Next, we got a developer focused thing where it's called Devbook, and it's kind of like Dash. So both of us use Dash, which I'll just bring up. Hold on. Screen. So Dash is a sort of a way for programmers to instantly search documentation for different tools. So you sort of load like you can download doc sets, and then it sort of makes them all instantly searchable on your computer. So for example, I've got say JavaScript and Elixir, which we use a lot. So you can see here these are all my sort of doc sets, and then you can like easily just search. So if I want the enum library in Elixir, you can instantly search, see all the functions, just easy access to documentation. So the Devbook, I guess,
Super handy.
yeah, yeah. So Devbook's like a new iteration of that, I guess. Maybe it's yeah, it's available on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. I think Dash is only Mac. So
Okay. Yep.
this could be an interesting one to look out for as a developer. I might give it a shot just to see. I think Dash is pretty well established now, though, so might not beat that yet.
Pretty slick landing page there as well.
Yeah, I thought that too. Sort of nice, and I like the dark theme and the nice little screenshots.
Yeah, it looks good. It'd be interesting to see if there are any differences between Dash and Devbook. Yeah, very nice.
Next we have I've sort of grouped this in this. It's like group calls. So I think all the rage now, probably because of COVID, is group calls and collaboration online. And Butter, I think they said it's called Butter because it's meant to be as smooth as cutting butter. I don't know. So it's basically you all get into a room together and you can sort of collaborate. You can like chat. You can put your hand up to talk. You can, and it's got extensions. So there's one like a Miro sort of extension or integration, I should call it, where you can sort of all collaborate on a whiteboard together. So I actually created a room on Butter. So I created a test room, and you can set like the music. So
Oh, right. You can have some
so we can
background
call
music. Yeah, that's cool.
So this is the yeah. I don't think you'll be able to hear this, but I think our listeners will be able to.
Matty, is this similar to FigJam, that tool by Figma that we showed off last week?
Yes. Well, Miro is, but not Butter. Butter is.
Yeah, it's more group
Uh,
calling.
yeah, like Miro is like a integration, and they might integrate with FigJam as well. Let's see.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Join a room. And I guess you could join here, and yeah, you can look around, set an agenda. It's interesting. Timer. I think timers if we want everyone to go away and think of an idea or something. That's right. Everyone, you got 1 minute to do something. You can play elevator music.
Play the music.
Start that.
Yeah, it looks pretty handy. Yeah, like brainstorming sessions, things like that. All based around the group call functionality. Could be
I
nice.
really like I like that. You can't hear it, but the elevator music. Maybe that could be our theme song.
Okay.
Kind of funny.
I'll reserve my opinions till I hear it, but yeah.
Yeah. Create polls.
Cool.
Breakout into new sections, and then you got your Miro integration, but I won't bother with that. It's just a whiteboard. Yeah. And then
very cool.
moving on from that is I just saw that Whereby, which is what we use, is using breakout groups, and
right.
it's funny because they're kind of similar, really. Butter and Whereby. I think Butter's sort of copying Whereby to a degree, but because even on Whereby you can open up like a whiteboard and collaborate and do that kind of stuff.
Mm. Mm.
And breakout groups, I saw Bud already had that, but this just allows you to, if you got a call of say 40 people, you can sort of break it out into maybe two groups of 20 or four groups of 10.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Zoom already do that as well, I think. I've experienced that in Zoom. They do
really?
the breakout rooms. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's just so you can see on this little, I don't know if you can see it, but
Mm.
like it's got a Miro integration there as well.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
People just collaborating on
Right.
top of it. So yeah, so there's a lot of businesses getting on board this kind of stuff.
Yep. Integrating the video calls into the collaborative tools
Mm,
rather
yep.
than having them separated. Yeah.
It's good because yeah, we both don't like Zoom, and we're both
Mm.
just open it up and you got a video chat straight away.
Yeah. Yeah. Being browser, just purely in the browser has been fantastic.
Mm. All right, next we got Get Locus, and this is still in the same category. So this is like we saw another product. I've forgotten what it was, but basically you got your little avatar, and you move around a virtual space. And if your avatar gets close to another person's avatar, you're like within earshot, and you can start hearing each other. So it's kind of like you're creating this little virtual world, but it's 2D. But yeah, so I went ahead and created one. So here you can sort of see an example. So
Mm.
if you get
Mm-hmm.
close to within that zone, you can hear each other.
Mm. Okay. Yeah. That's cool.
Okay, to see where you can be heard, select sound radius. Space moderators can give users a megaphone. Okay, so if you have the megaphone, you can be heard everywhere.
Okay. So you always want the microphone so everyone can hear you.
You
But
just
only
want to
say
know
nice
everyone.
things. Don't.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
it
that
helps.
too.
Yeah. Um,
So
so you can put media in
shit.
there.
How can you see yourself using this, like in your workflow? Is there any examples you could think of
Well, I can
where this might
imagine.
come in
I
handy?
mean, with the two of us, maybe it's not so great, but if you got like five of us, when our team grows a bit, you could just always have this on in the background,
Mm, mm.
and here's our little office. Yeah, you could have whoever's hard at work can be in this room over here. I can put myself
Right, right.
coding away, and I'm guessing if you're in a fast work-paced environment, it is helpful to talk to other people. Like maybe if I'm a developer and I'm stuck on another bug, you can just see all the developers around here. You could be like, oh, I know Harry is good at this kind of thing, so I could just
Mm,
move myself near Harry
mm,
and
mm.
just be like, hey, I've got this problem. So it's emulating the workspace. You know.
The real world workspace. Yeah. So how could you see yourself using this over, say, like just slacking Harry instead of, you know, yeah.
Um, hmm, I guess Slack is text, right? So this is voice. So provided
Mm,
everyone's happy with, being interrupted at any time,
mm,
you
mm,
could always have it on while you're working throughout the day, which is kind of normal in a way because that's what we do every day.
mm,
We travel to work. I
mm,
mean, you're not invisible. You're there. So
mm-hmm.
it creates a sort of sense. I feel like looking at this, I feel like I'm in an office in a way. You just have
Yeah,
this sort of
yeah.
second screen or something.
Mm,
I don't know.
mm.
I'd be interested to see if this works, and
Yeah, yeah, it's a good
yeah,
idea. Well, we should give it a try, and we can, do a follow up on how we're finding it.
yeah, cool. All right, I'll shut that because it's probably churning my CPU up. Um,
You might need an
next up,
M1 Mac for that one.
yeah, M1 only for that. So next we got so this sort of group topic is Notion, and Notion stuff seems to be popular on Product Hunt because I'm assuming
Mm,
because it's so easy just to like we use it, so easy to create stuff, documents. Um, so this one turns your Notion into a website. And
right.
I've got here's an example of one. So this Samjudge guy, his whole website is using the SuperSo
Ah, okay.
system, and yeah, it looks pretty good. It's just like a normal blog kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So that's all made using Notion, and
yeah, all
carving
the
out like the particular, blocks to create that visual look.
well, I don't think he creates the look of it.
Ah, okay, right. So it just sort of fills in the content.
Yeah, it's more of a Notion's your CMS, so it's
Mm, mm-hmm. Yep,
that's very
I understand.
yeah, yeah, the blog. I'm guessing this guy would have his projects in a
Mm,
sort of
mm-hmm.
page, one for each page.
Yep,
Yeah, it's basically a CMS,
that's
and
cool.
so that seems pretty cool. Next we have Notionery, which is a showcase of the best websites made with Notion. So it's just this is more of an example of what you can do with Notion. It's
Mm,
we go into this. We've got this big no-code movement, and Notion's sort of sucking up a lot of people. Like why go and try and create a website when you can just create a Notion
mm.
site?
Yeah, yeah. Get up and
And I
running
noticed,
in, a couple hours.
yeah, I noticed a lot of crypto sites are starting to just show the Notion page as well.
Okay. Yep. It was also popular for people to show sort of their Trello boards too, right? Like what they're working on, particularly tech,
Yeah,
startups and stuff. Um,
yeah, people are just
yeah.
reusing. There's no, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just use what the
Mm,
best tool for the
mm,
job. This brings me to Joey, which is the final Notion thing. So this allows you to make a sort of block in your Notion page, which is interactive. So
mm,
if we scroll down, we got these are the types of blocks. So you could allow comments, you can do a Q&A, you can do a poll, text input. Um, yeah, so here's like an example. Oh, this one's interactive too. So you can sort of plug this kind of widget into your
mm-hmm.
Notion site. So it's now, these Notion sites are now becoming interactive. So it's showing
Mm, mm.
the power of no code, I guess.
Yeah. Wow. That's really cool. You can even have like a like button. That'd be potentially a popular one. Maybe. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. So
No doubt something we'll do some experimenting with.
yeah. Yeah. If if we ever have or if you're an agency and you have a client who just wants something quick and dirty, just Notion with this
Mm,
save you hours.
mm, mm. Very cool.
All right, just a couple more left. So we got this Buddymove. So Buddymove is a Mac app. So this is I've
Mm-hmm.
actually installed it. what it does is tracks you, tracks your like keyboard and mouse movement. And if you're sort of sitting for too long, it'll just sort of alarm you and say,
Okay.
yeah, you know, stop being a fat slob. And it gives you some exercises. Hold on. Oh, oh no, it's on the wrong screen. Anyway, what happens is here's some little screenshots. They're very small. One sec. I'll try and just open it in the Mac App Store.
I mean, like anything to get you moving, right? I mean, we're so sedentary these days that I feel like, I mean, there are a lot of apps like this available. There's a lot of fitness sort of solutions and mindfulness stuff, but even something simple like this that just, notifies you after 20, 25 minutes, half an hour, just get up, take a quick walk,
Mm.
or do some simple exercises. I think it's great.
Yeah, so it works in the background, and it says time for a break, and then it gives you little exercises. I don't know if I'll massage my arm, but I
What's
like
he
the
rolling
idea.
the thigh with back there? What's he using? Just his drink bottle or something?
Bottle.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I like to get up and walk around, and
Yeah.
stretching's good
Yeah.
though, because especially
Yeah.
for us, like you start getting that forward head posture. So
Mm-hmm.
to always sort of remind yourself to sit up straight and you
Yeah. Have the proper sort of posture. Absolutely. As soon as you mentioned
know.
that, I just had to sit up straight and
Yeah. Yeah,
try and
so
get the
that's
kinks out of my back.
a nice little one for some fellow developers.
Yeah,
The
it's great.
next one's like we got. This is for people like us who we're always trying to think of the next startup, the next app, or the next, what can we build? And often you get stuck on business names or domain names. And
Mm-hmm.
there was another one we used uh, similar to this, but
For
Alter.
sell? Oh no.
Oh no, that's
Look.
and it's like a brand. It comes with everything, so you get the domain, you get a brand, like a
Mm.
logo. So this just recently popped up on Product Hunt. So that pan.com, 1.5 mil.
Wow. Wow. Oh,
I
well,
think
I'll take three of them.
if you can afford that, I don't think you're gonna have that logo. You probably have enough money to hire.
Yeah. Yeah. Or a better developer for that. Sorry, better designer.
Yeah.
Appnor. Wow. There's a whole lot of money in this sort of domain name uh,
Mm, yeah.
harboring or whatever you want to call it. Like just sitting on these um,
Mm,
very valuable domain names that people might want because we've done it a million times. You and I have searched, trying to get a good domain name. It's impossible to get a .com
it's
anyway.
very hard.
It's I mean, you need to go to a .io or you need to go to a .co or .net or something. Um,
Mm, yep. There's some. They're definitely not cheap.
mm,
So I
mm.
don't know if we'll ever use it because it's just too expensive. Like
Yeah. Is there anything? What's the sort of minimum price that they have on here? If you go to sort by at the top there and
yeah,
go like lowest,
low to
see
high.
if they've got any reasonably priced ones
Yeah,
here.
it's
So yeah, a bit over a
$1,000.
grand.
Mm. So it's if you got a bit of
Vobax.
funding, yeah. You can just be a little bit more creative, and I'm sure you'd be able to get a cheap one. But
Right, right.
this is good
Yeah.
if you really want
What
something
what
that.
would you out of all these? Is there anything that you would go for? Because you're like, oh yeah, you'd pay for it just
Uh,
because it's so cool.
yeah, I mean, some are
You
you
look
want
like a smart broccoli guy. Smart broccoli type of
some
guy.
are just obviously stupid. Agacel, like they're just. I guess if you want to try and create a whole new word, could be good.
Coinifo could be good if you're in the crypto space potentially.
Yeah, so there's yeah, it comes down. It's
Yeah.
just good for getting ideas and good for logo ideas as well. Just have to browse.
Mm. I tell you what I came across recently, Matty. You know the company TransferWise?
I've heard of them.
Have you ever heard of it? Okay, yeah, it's just like, international exchange of money kind of service.
Yep, yep.
But they recently rebranded to Wise, so they ditched the transfer,
Oh yeah, I
um,
see that. Yeah.
and that probably would have been quite an expensive acquisition of that
Wow.
domain name.
Why
So
is that?
just on a similar topic, yeah, I wonder what
Yeah.
they paid for that. Quite a lot, I'm
Oh,
guessing.
God, don't want to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was yeah. Okay.
um, Interesting. What do you got next for us? Anything else?
Uh, Finish up is this is actually not Product Hunt. It's probably been on Product Hunt at some point, but this was
Mm,
recommended by another guy I've been working with. It's called Archive, and it's just a nice visual way of looking at the user experience on phones and how different businesses uh, sort of onboard users or shows them. It gives you ideas for how to best do your UX. So like here's one.
mm.
It's like click get started. Shows you the map. It's like what's your number. It's like
Very
a
helpful.
nice
Mm.
step by step. And it just
Yeah, I've got to say that's really helpful. I've I've created apps before, and it's always challenging to think about the user experience and to get it so optimized that when that user is jumping on for the first time, there are no annoyances because you can lose people at any step, right? And the easier you make it on the user, the better. Um,
mm, yeah. So it's handy. You can just because when you're starting new businesses, you don't want to reinvent the wheel. Like these like
mm,
YouTube's already hired spent millions on UX talent. You might as well just look
mhm.
at them. If you have a web app or a phone app that has similar content structure to say YouTube, you could just come here and don't try and create the UX yourself. Just copy.
Apps, yeah. Well, yeah. Take
Good
influence
enough.
from let's
Yeah,
let's say, yeah.
yeah.
No, that's really handy. Do they do desktop stuff, the UX archive, or just
Nah,
just
this
mobile?
one's mobile. I'm sure there's
Okay. Yeah.
another one
Yeah.
for web apps somewhere. But yeah,
Very cool.
that's it. New products
Thanks for
for
that. Yeah.
CMA or
Thanks
whatever.
for that overview. That was great.
No worries. All right. Until next time.